The Toronto Raptors have been one of the most surprising teams for most this year. The funky style they've been playing this year with multiple super long and versatile wings all around the same height makes them one of the most annoying teams to play against. They're the fifth seed in the Eastern Conference right now. Not many people expected this from them this year, and one of the biggest reasons they've been as incredible as they've been is the resurgence of Pascal Siakam. Siakam had a down year last year after an All-NBA campaign in 19 and 20. The Raptors season was in Tampa Bay because of the pandemic, and it was just a very weird season for everyone involved. But Pascal this year has legitimately been one of the best players in the league, and in my opinion got snubbed from the All-Star game, and now he's making his case for the All-NBA forward spot. So let's talk about it.
They be like, yeah. Can you teach me how to dirty? You know why? Cause all the bitches love it. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin'. And for you to back it up and dump it.
Leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I drop regular NBA content and the NBA players coming up, they should interest you. So do subscribe to the channel and make sure you stay till the end so you don't miss anything. Pascal was one of the better complementary stars in the league alongside Kawhi during the Raptors championship campaign. And this season, in a much different role, he's been thriving, even though the team might not be ideal for his playstyle, and he's now playing like one of the 20 best players in the entire world in my opinion. He has taken massive strides in multiple departments, and is having the best season of his career. He's the offensive engine of this Raptors team, and he has been doing it at a level he has never done before. The biggest reason for that is his playmaking leap. Siakam this year has been one of the most doubled players in the entire league. He's double teamed 14.7 times every single game, but still generates 1.2 points per possession of double teams, which is one of the best marks in the league. His passing this season has been truly spectacular. Though 5.2 assists per game doesn't jump out of the paper, he has genuinely been incredible as a playmaker. He's one of the best in the entire league at generating open 3-point looks. He drives to the rim 14 times a game, which is the most for any forward or big by a decent amount in the league this season. He's shooting a consistent 72.2% at the rim this year, which is a career best mark. Him constantly pressuring the rim makes defenses collapse, generating millions of corner threes every single game. The problem is that the Raptors are a below average shooting team and have some spacing issues. But they do have some guys who can just get hot from 3, like Gary Trent Jr. and Fred VanVleet. And when this happens, Siakam constantly pressures the rim to either generate a good look for one of them or get a high percentage shot for himself through their spacing. Another massive improvement is made this season is his interior passing. Finding cutters, which is a big part of the Raptors offense, making dump-off passes, using his height to make passes over defenders, and making great passes in transition and the dunker spot are just some places Siakam has improved as a passer in this year. He's added a lot of playmaking counters this season, and his vision is genuinely incredible at this point, which will be really important in the playoffs. A lot of the scoring drop-off and efficiency drop-off Siakam has faced in the past in the playoffs can be negated because of how many new counters he has added this season as a playmaker, which will allow him to provide constant value on the floor, and this will allow him to leverage his playmaking for better scoring opportunities for himself. Siakam is a 6'9" forward and has an incredible handle, agility and footwork for his size. Due to the lineups the Raptors run, he plays a lot of his minutes at center. And though Siakam isn't an elite 3-point shooter by any means, he's still an incredible floor spacer. Siakam's ability to handle the ball and drive to the rim if given a lot of space to gain momentum forces a lot of opposing big men to stay close with him when he's running the offense. A big man who can handle the ball is just a walking mismatch. He's averaging 5.2 isolations per game, which is 5th in the entire league, and he constantly forces help, which generates open 3-pointers. He uses herky-jerky movements, burst at his size and awesome footwork to get to the rim very well on drives and isolations. Another place where Siakam has taken strides this season is leveraging ball screens. Since the Raptors started running a lot more through Siakam, their half-court offense has just looked a lot better, and a big reason for that is the way he's playing in the pick and roll. He's usually just faster than most big men who are put on him, making it harder for them to recover off the screen. And he's bigger than most wings and he'll just back you down on the post if you switch onto him. And his playmaking improvements have only made it harder to guard him in the pick and roll as a ball handler. Him as a roller next to Fred VanVleet has been great too. His improved decision making has worked even as a short roll playmaker, which doesn't allow teams to play 2 defenders on the ball. And with VanVleet's awesome shooting when healthy, this is a deadly play. A lot of the criticisms of Siakam in the past have been calling him a one-trick pony and saying that his spin move is very predictable. And this year, Siakam has improved a lot in this department and has added a lot more scoring counters. One of the biggest improvements has been his short mid-range game. He's shooting 48% from 4 to 14 feet, which is one of the best marks in the entire league this season. Instead of always going for a spin move like most people say, and being predictable a lot of the times, he puts himself in post-up positions off the spin and creates an advantage for himself by using his high release point to just shoot over defenders and make it impossible to contest his shot. One of the biggest improvements in his overall offensive game this season has been his improvement in processing the game and playing the game at a much better pace than he did in years prior. His off-ball game has been great too, as he makes many timely cuts, good off-ball screens, and is a good screen setter with the ability to play off the roll as mentioned before. His 3-point shot is getting back to his All-NBA form, and even though he doesn't take them at that volume anymore, having that option as a pick-and-pop threat doesn't hurt. And the final part of Siakam's game, which rounds out his exceptional all-around arsenal this season, is his defense. Siakam has played a massive part in the Raptors' top 9 defense this season, and in my opinion, he is their most valuable defender. He plays the Raptor help and recover scheme to perfection, and he's the most important player in the scheme because he plays center a lot of the times. He constantly makes a lot of plays on that end of the floor through his aggression in passing lanes, and doing all of this while playing 38 minutes per game is truly ridiculous. I think he has as good of a case for the final All-NBA spot, and people need to get past that bad bubble performance because this current version of Pascal Siakam is much better and a much refined version of the player, and he deserves a lot more respect and praise. He's on an All-NBA team for me personally, but at worst should be a borderline All-NBA forward for anyone and is a very deserving candidate. With that, we've come to the end of the video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already.